that don't have a whole lot of money, but they're buy, and pretty soon they're going to be broke.
Yes.
Then what did they do? Bankruptcy.
Well, that's unfortunately, and with the way bankruptcy has happened lately, it's not as easy to get out from.
That's right.
It has changed.
Someone told me now they can take your home if you go through bankruptcy. I always thought you could keep your home, and they even go after your bank accounts if you have any. Is that true, Craig?
I don't know the complete dynamics behind bankruptcy. We help to educate people to
Thank
look
God,
at other
knock on wood,
options.
I hope I never do. Yeah.
You have to have other options. As you said, a backup plan. So we do help to take a look at that, a hard look at that, because as again, income coming in, unless you're an entrepreneur and you're doing a lot of other positive things,
Or Donald Trump.
in that case,
Yeah.
you have to look at what's coming in, because you got to understand that if more's going out than what's coming in, and you don't have the assets to back that
Right.
up, what more do you have?
You have zero.
And you stay up at night. You're constantly awake, one eye open, trying to be able to figure out what tomorrow's going to do.
Or a lot of them will go on drugs and turn to alcohol. in
Yeah,
their
so
lives.
that's a grave concern.
Yes, it is, because if you don't have it to make for your children. How did your dad get into this? Wasn't your father the first person to start this?
My dad actually started the company here in Bowie, yes, almost 20 years ago.
Okay.
His name, Frank Herbert. Again, we Summit Financial
Hi,
Services.
Frank. Wish you were here.
We have been providing this guidance, this education, to allow people to make those decisions
Okay.
based on understanding the facts.
Okay.
When Dreamwear first piloted, we piloted the program about 2 years ago, in 2007. And since then, the overwhelming response of how it's helping people to see something that they always had a grasp of but never had it on paper or never
Never did
knew
see it.
exactly, now they can see something. They can see what the future holds based on what they're currently doing. You mentioned they just spend.
And it's all gone.
At some point, that's going to catch up with you.
It is. Because I'm a credit card person too, but here lately, I don't buy anything unless there's cash in that billfold's going to pay for it. It's only a stick of gum, I got it. So, but this is very unique. I'm really interested. I just love the name Dreamwear.
Yeah, it allows you to see something and to start creating a vision. Now, what our clients, those that have gone through this, that are completely fine, that don't need to do much, but maybe adjust some things, because
But do they come back for adjustments like changing your oil in your car?
basically, yeah, that's
Okay,
exactly.
and you
right
still
with it.
work with them?
We actually, for our clients, and again, this is open to not just clients, but their friends, their family, just people in the community who want to get a better feel, a better grasp for what their plan looks like, the way to be able to test their plan to see if it's going to hold up. For our clients, though, they come back in regular checkups, like 6 months, maybe a year. We don't let anybody go too much further past a year because life changes. Marriage,
Many things
divorce,
happen.
death, birth. In this day and age, the financial ramifications of a family member not making wise decisions could force someone to need to see what their Dreamwear program could do if they could borrow or lend money to a family member.
So Dreamwear is like a doctor. You go in to find out, hey, what do I need for my next checkup?
Yeah. We need to be able to understand, as the doctor has a medical history, we need to understand the financial history to allow you to see what you've got going for you. And if you need to make changes, there are ways in which you can change the outcome.
Really?
In other words, that's the future.
How do we do that? If we don't have any money, we run out of money, how are we going to change it? How are we going to fix it, Craig?
Well, we need to be able to look at the beginning. The beginning starts today.
Their assets.
Their assets. We need to look at what's coming in, what's going out, but in the middle is what they're saving or what they're working towards in terms of saving. That could be as simple as bank accounts, setting up savings, checking, money markets within a banking institution. And then once one develops themselves, then they start looking at other ways to grow their nest egg, what they have, what they want to go forward with. So that's really the goal here is if you don't have a lot, guess what? Everybody started the same way.
Right, right.
Rare is it that somebody comes in with a huge inheritance and says, I've got everything to start with.
Yeah. It's like, well, one other thing too, if they come into you, let's say, I'm coming in to see you, for an evaluation, and I've got X amount of credit cards, 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, and I'm ready to go crazy. You can help people work through this?
We do offer...
When we talked about bankruptcy too, Craig, you said that you would rather talk with them about Dreamwear than have, that ruins your credit. I think it would run my credit anyway. I wouldn't be able to stand it.
No, and you need to be able to understand what that lifestyle will do to you. If you're close to that issue now, things need to change. We need to take a hard look because the income coming in is not supporting the outflow, the expenses. So really, someone does need to sit down and review with that person. And a lot of times an outsider is the best perspective of them all.
Right,
Because
right.
if you're going to your family, if you're going to your friends, they're only going to do what they can within the confines of their abilities.
And if it's family members, we rarely get paid back.
If it's a loan, yeah, that's something.
No, it's never a loan. Like Judge Judy says, it's a gift. You're never going to get it back.
True.
No, the reason why I'm sticking so much on the money, my husband just had a horrible thing in his family happen. His niece and her husband and their 3 children, he went crazy. He was almost $500,000 in debt. He murdered the whole family. In Middletown, Maryland, you must have seen it all over television.
Yes, I have.
$500,000 in debt. He had a home in Florida and he had a home in Middletown. So the 18th of this month, she went to lay down with the 2-year-old, and while she was asleep, he slit her throat, shot her, slit the little girl's throat and shot her, went down the hall and murdered both of his sons, 5 and 4, and then himself, and left six letters saying, I'm choking in financial problems, I'm choking. So that's why I'm pushing the money.
Yeah, he let money get a hold of him.
He let money destroy him. So I'm telling you, my viewers, this because please watch what you're doing. This guy was good. Good background, everything, you know. But he was 37 and she was 33. He just wiped out the whole family. And that was the hardest thing. I don't want to put you in a downer, but I want people to know, and you know now after this story, money will kill. Money can kill you. It's not going to make you happy.
No, and not understanding.
Yeah, not understanding how you can get out of it.
Because too many people, like the government, put things on a credit card. I mean, at some point, we're going to have to pay that back.
Look what Mr. Bush did.
Well, we've got Social Security that is in jeopardy. I mean, if you look in your Social Security statement, that what you get 3 months before your next birthday.
Right.
It says there in bold-faced letters on the opening, flip open the page, look at that. It says, we are projected to pay you out 75% of the numbers that you see here by 2017.
I'll be darned.
So we know that there's going to be some concerns.
You know, maybe DreamWare could have saved that whole family.
It's difficult to say because in a vacuum it's not an easy thing to answer. But at least if you knew that things were going or slipping away, you can see what the effects of having a plan would do. See, and that's what we run into is oftentimes we'll meet, and this is probably about 80%, maybe even higher, come into us with not a financial plan, but a general understanding of either what they have or what they want. And again, 2 totally different. But they know that they're trying to head toward a path. And this helps them create a financial plan.
Do you step in, Craig, when somebody is knee-deep in debt and work with their, you know, the people that they owe, or do you just stick with the paper? And
we can't involve ourselves with the actual creditor companies.
All right.
But I have friends that I'm working on right now to get them out of that situation.
You have young friends into that?
Yes.
I mean, it was just so sad what happened up there because they could still be alive today if he only knew about DreamWare. See, if I only knew about you a month or so ago, maybe I could have saved some lives myself. But this is really a fascinating thing. I want to learn as much as I can about it because I'm not going to do the work, but I mean, you know what you're doing. What made you want to go into it? Just because your dad was in it?
No, actually, I brought him into it.
You brought your father in?
Into this program, yeah.
Really? Well, how did you get it? What made you dream it up?
Well, again, I had the resources available. I have a development director that helps keep me in check. You know, everybody reports to somebody.
Yes.
Well, when I go home, it's my wife. When I go to the office, it's my father. When I'm building the business, it's my director, my business director.
Well, you came up with the name, or did your business director?
My business director did, yeah.
Really?
And he showed
I hope
us,
he's copyrighted it.
Yeah, that's taken care of.
Protect that baby, okay?
He has helped us to see what we were missing for so many years. We knew that people would come into us time and time again without a plan. Again, a loose understanding of what they
And you wouldn't be
have.
ready for it either if you didn't have a plan.
I'm far better off, and now I know it's like I don't have to have droves of people 30 years from now walking into my office wondering because their parents had already gone through the program and they put their kids through it. Their kids are my age, and again, I look at this as multi-generational. I mean,
yes, you're passing it down. You're going to pass it to your boys, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I mean, my father 30 years older than I am, my kids 30 years younger than I am. There's an opportunity there for them should they choose to take advantage of the opportunity.
So what did your father say as young as you are coming to him with this idea? Did he think you were crazy?
At first. Because it was a new understanding of doing something. Remember, financial plans, putting together a plan, a lot of times
it's like writing a will.
We have clients that come in and they've got a plan that's about this thick. We ask them what's in it, and they say, I don't know.
Because they can't understand it, probably.
It becomes too time-consuming, too intense, and too difficult. You know, 10, 15 pages, depending on what your input is. Remember,